Howdy folks, today we've got another kit review of Tamiya's 1/48 scale B-339 Buffalo from Pacific Theatre. You can do the one from New Zealand Air Force, which is one from the box art, American one. There is actually a British one in there, and there's one from I think India. I think it's Air Force. This is the one from the other marking. Kit number 94, item number 61094. There's the American one, which is all grey, from Pacific as well, probably from the US Navy, East Coast US 1941. So what you get inside the box, you get one of the colour callouts, the decals, worksheet, one bag of plastic, there's 3 sprues in here, wings and other parts, very simple, 2 canopies because there's a slight difference between American and the other countries, British and whatever. So we're going to take a look at this. So here's the information on the Buffalo. If you wish to read that, pause the video. It's the old style kit. It's got a mixture of raised panel lines and rivets. It's a pull-out page as well. So you get 4 options. So you might want to go through and mark out which one you're actually going to do, because there's going to be slight variances. Like on the first page, for instance, there's slightly different seats and headrests and whatever. Next step will be one side of the fuselage, painting inside the cockpit details, and then putting your seat in once you've chosen which one you're using. Then you're doing the lower part of the floor, pedals, trim, and the actual instrument cluster, like dash, some more levers and stuff going in, sandwiching the 2 halves together, a typical World War II fighter going together like that. Then you're working on the basic engine, putting that in, then the front cowling, sandwiching 2 wings halves together, simple. 4 segments for landing gear, which is moulded in quite a large chunk, which is very simple again. So it's the landing gear, then the cover, and then the wheel. Dropping that in if it's in the open position. You can have some bombs on the bottom of the wings if you wish to do so. And you're doing the same again on the other side, bombs and landing gear, and then you've got the canopy on the bottom of the aircraft, which is probably for vision, so they can see where they're dropping bombs and stuff. No, A and B version is half and half on the paint scheme, one side black and one side like a sky grey colour or greeny sky colour from the Royal Air Force. But if you're not, you just mask it up and then paint it. You do get the mask with the kit. You've got the arrows pointing one way, so you make sure you've got the arrows pointing towards the front so you don't get them the wrong way around. Once the landing gear's in, you can put it in the top part of the landing wheel well detail part, and then on top of that is your flight stick, which is this section here, just the floor. And then the back of the aircraft, which has got a tail. There's slight variances on the back aircraft. A, B and C is one, and D has got a slight different. And then you're putting in your tail dragger. D's got a different wheel to A, B and C again. Once the fuselage half is put together, you can drop it down on top of your wings. Don't forget to put in the aerial. 2 types of canopies. The British one has got it all closed up because they've got a gun sight on the inside, and the canopy is pretty much going to be the same. And then the American version has got the slight slit open because their gun sight is like a giant scope, which is this piece here. A seated pilot is American only, that they called out for. The British pilot is standing, so unfortunately, or the New Zealand pilot I should say even, is standing. He's wearing shorts and stuff, and the American pilot's in a flight suit type thing. So yeah, this is the American canopy. Once the canopy's on and masked up, you can assemble your propeller. Comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So you got your pin, and then you got your engine housing, which is the front of the engine, and then the actual prop and propeller and nose cone. Don't glue the pin in, and then you can allow the propeller to spin, but if you just want it fixed, then just glue it all up. Pitot tubes going on, which is probably to do with speed and stuff. Again, C is for one variant, A, B and D is for another. Don't forget your 2 lights on the end. And then this is one paint scheme from the Royal Air Force, 1941, late 1941. We've got this one here from Indian Air Corps in Java, 1942, February 1942. Where's the American one? Here's the all grey American version from US Navy, USS Long Island, 1941. And then if you're doing New Zealand one, it comes on this separate sheet, which is the one I want to do because I haven't got any New Zealand aircraft. So I'm going to be doing this in New Zealand markings, which is, like I mentioned, they use the British roundels and stuff, so I'm not too sure why. But I say, pretty cool colours. It's the typical earth brown and earth green. One side is black and the other side is a sky colour. The propeller is black with yellow tips. Here is your decals. So you get the decals for the rhinos for the Indian one, and the New Zealand is using the dragon. Here's your canopy mask. Unfortunately it's not laser cut, you're going to have to cut these out. Like them or not. I'm a bit dubious about using this because the last time I did a Tamiya kit, which was the F-11 Night stealth fight plane, I had a reaction with the actual canopy mask. It had a reaction with the plastic, so I'm a bit dubious about using these again. But I spoke to someone about it and they said if you get the residue again, warm water will help clean it up, so we shall see. Here's the markings. Unfortunately you're going to have to put the red dot in. There's the American markings. Again, you're going to have to put the red dot in as well for the American markings. There's the triangles for India. These stripes banners goes around the back of the tail. I'll paint them on. You do get some decals for the instrument panel. I'm going to be doing this straight out the box, no aftermarket, just straight up from the kit. So we'll take a look at the clear. I have it here. I hate Tamiya staples to get in the way. So here's Tamiya's clear. I never had a problem with their clear. It's all nice and crisp. There's the floor and then there's the British one, and then the American one's got that piece taken out the front for the long gun sight, which is that one, and then the British one has got the little one. There's a piece that goes in the bottom of the wing of, I think that's to do with landing lights or something. I do apologise by the noise. There's kids screaming on the outside. Outside playing, wish I wouldn't scream. So this is the lower wing. Flaps are moulded as one piece, and I say this is the very basic kit. So it's details reasonably good. These are all recessed, but these sections are raised. There's no rivets. There's the landing gear. Ejection pins on the inside shouldn't be a problem. You're going to have to paint this section, and in here. Upper wing surfaces, so this is a mixture of raised and recessed. The rivets are raised on here. There's a couple of rivets around here. You can feel they're raised. Quite marbly, this kit. It's been around for a while, and I've had it for quite a while as well. It's been scratched up a little bit, but it's alright. Bit of paint it should clean up. And you get this sprue here. Contains pitot tubes, flight stick, instrument clusters. There's the flooring. Again, these have got rivets, but they're raised. There's the pilot figure standing in tropical colours with shorts and whatever, and then the American pilot in the flight suit. Pedals. This is to do with the cockpit area. Back seat. This is the fuselage half, one half. Again, raised and recessed. Um, 1974 this kit was moulded. It's got the date on it. There's the front engine cowling, two types of seat, moulded in seat belts. Engine, very basic, radial engine. Paint it up silver, bit of black wash, would be nicely. This is behind the pilot, sits up the top here. I'm not actually sure what that is. You've got one type of propeller, and then another type of propeller for a different type. There is a little bit of flash, unusual for Tamiya. A couple of swipes with the stick, it should be alright. Here's the other half. So there's another type of propeller. I think this is the American one. It's got extra pieces. You've got two types of nose cone. This is the piece that goes on the back. These are the landing gear. There's your pin. These are the two tail draggers. These wings are moulded as one piece. Again, a little bit of marbling, showing its age a little bit. These flaps again are landing gear doors. They got raised rivets. Your wheels are moulded as one piece, which is a nice touch, but you have got a seam line and a little bit of flash around the wheels, a little bit of clean up. The tails have got to go together. Pins inside, you're not going to see them. The inserts of the wheels are here. There's your bombs, and there was this piece, and I couldn't see that in instructions, so I don't know what that is. Then you have a half of the fuselage, again the same as the other side, mixture of raised and recessed rivets and panel lines. So there you go, folks. There's another kit from Tamiya, 1/48 scale B-339 Buffalo from the Pacific Theatre. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.